Well, our largest investor pulled their money from the fund in November of last year, and there's been some news around kind of how we performed since then, and we did really well in the fourth quarter of last year. So I think there's kind of a question of if you're in the business of making money or if you're in the business of kind of like virtue signaling. And I don't even think it's a moral thing because what we're doing is helping keep poor people fed and warm in the winter and cold in the summer. And so I don't think it's really a moral thing. It's more of a question of like what you're trying to accomplish. So our brokers and counterparties and all of that, I think they're well aligned with Bison, and I think they're just in business to make money as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking a moral position on it at all. I'm just fascinated about every day we have somebody come on this channel from some worthy organization telling us that the future is ESG related and you need to be divesting of these assets. And if you are in them, they will become stranded assets that you will not have the liquidity to escape because ultimately they will become uninvestable. But from what you're saying, none of that's really taking place at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, not only is it not taking place, if you look at the calculations and assumptions that go into those sorts of statements, they're just wrong. And so we're seeing it with this energy crisis in Europe. We're seeing it with rising prices for the physical commodities. And I think we're just kind of seeing the shift of the world and the shift of the global economy. And as things shift, sometimes people, I think, don't realize that the floor has shifted out from under them. And so I think a lot of the people that you're talking about, I think the floor has shifted already and there's still some momentum, but it's uneconomic momentum. And I think what we're seeing from an economic perspective is a revaluation up of oil and gas as commodities, as well as of the producers, especially the ones that aren't essentially wasting their shareholders' money on these ventures that don't earn any profits.
So my colleague here heats his home with heating oil. I heat my home with gas. We're both very interested to know what the Northern European winter is going to mean for the prices that we pay. Josh, you buy and sell these assets. Have we peaked, do you think, on the headline energy price at this stage, or is there more to come?
I think that's really hard to say. And I like to joke that my short-term crystal ball is broken. So I don't really know exactly what the price will be, but it's likely to be higher going forward than it was, let's say, a year, 2, 3 years ago. So unfortunately, that bill is probably going to be high, but could it come down a little from here? Sure.